Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn the basic VFX inside of Blender and how to add 3D model into our real world. After this tutorial, you will be able to make a VFX video like this. So let's get started. For this VFX tutorial, we are going to use this video footage. I will put it in the description down below. You can download this video from the drive link or you can use your own video to practice. For the sake of keeping this tutorial as a beginner friendly, we use a tripod to get a stable video footage. And there is another file that is Japanese Jomondoku 3D model that we prepare for this tutorial. Let's download it. First of all, open Japanese Jomondoku Blender file. You will find two objects in 3D viewport. This one is the original model and this one is with the animation. We can scroll to check the scattering particles animation in this timeline. We use geometry nodes for this animation. You just need to hide the original model in the viewport and also in this render view, since we don't want to show that model in our video. Now we will add a camera to view, Shift A and add a camera. We want to view in camera just like our current view. To do that, we are gonna hit Ctrl Alt numpad 0. It will automatically change your camera view. If you don't have a numpad on your keyboard, there is a way. Let me undo it first. Shift A, add a camera. We will hit N to view the menu. Go to View, check Camera to View. Now you can move your view in camera. Next, we are going to add background video in our camera view. Click this camera icon from Collection or from Properties tab. Check Background Images and open the arrow. Hit Add Image. We will change background source to movie clip since we will add our footage video. Open our video. Choose this. Now we can see our footage in our 3D viewport. It is also necessary to change the camera settings. The focal length of our footage is 16mm. Let's change here. 16. Enter. And in output properties, let's change frame rate from 24 to 59.94, which is our footage frame rate. We have to line up 3D grid floor in our camera view to match our footage. In 3D viewport, align this green line y-axis with our footage. Let me do it quickly. After all the adjusting, uncheck camera to view. Next, we will create a simple mesh just like our room. Shift A, mesh, and add a plane. Scale it. Y to scale in y-axis. Move to the side. Move it down a little bit. Hit Tab and go to Edit mode. Select these two vertices. E to extrude, G to grab, and hit Z to move in Z-axis. Let me speed this up to adjust. We also need to adjust camera view if needed. Shift A and add images as planes. If you can find images as planes in your Blender, we need to go to Edit, Preference, go to Add-ons, search images as planes, and check it to edit. Shift A. Now images as planes is here. Choose our video footage. Adjust to view in your 3D viewport. It doesn't need to be perfect. We only needed to check the timing. We can check in rendered preview. In the shading tab, to match with our Jomo animation, change start frames to -296. You can see that we can find our Jomo in render preview. Our Jomo is hidden behind the images as planes. Be sure to open visibility of original Jomo object and move it. Let's adjust this real quick. We can check Jomo animation with our images as planes in render preview. But we can still see Jomo. Go to render settings, change Eevee to Cyguess render engine. Change mass samples of both viewport and render to 32. Let's check our timing. It's a little bit off here. It should be broken when the fish touches it. So let's go back to the shading tab and adjust start frame. Okay, we can use this. In the timeline, we will look for the starting frame of Jomon in complete form. We will change the start frame to be around 137. And it will scatter into pieces and finally disappear. Change to solid view to see clearly. End frame will be around 332. When we finish, hide images as planes in both viewport and render view. Now, we will add some lighting to our scene. Shift A, add an area light. Move up. Change the power to be around 180 watt. Let's duplicate more area lights as the same as our room lighting. Select the plane, go to Object Properties, under Visibility, find for Shadow Catcher, and check it. The plane will disappear, but the shadow will still be there. We will check our result by rendering a frame as testing. Hit F12 to render the frame. We can see there is a background in our frame. We need to remove it. You can also scale the plane. Go to Render Properties, under Frame, check Transparent. We also need to make sure some rendering settings. Go to Output Properties, under Output, make sure the file format is PNG and color is RGBA. We will render each frame as a PNG sequence. Choose Output folder to save those PNG sequences. The rendering will take time to render depending on your machine. Go to Edit in Preference. Change to the best RAM that is available on your machine. I will choose CUDA NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. Hit Ctrl F12 to render every frame. After rendering, you will find PNG images in the folder you chose to save. We need one more animation. It needs to combine to become one after broken into pieces. Shift D to duplicate and right-click to release it. Hide the scatter object in both viewport and render. And select the duplicated one. We will reverse the scattering animation to combining in modifier. Change from min to 300 and from mass to be around 550. You can see some keyframes in the timeline. We will reverse those keyframes too. Change the starting timeline to around 303. We don't know what's the ending frame of our combining animation yet. Move the last keyframe to around 303. Okay, move this keyframe to here. Move this keyframe to around 491 and delete the last one. We don't need this. Everything looks good. Now we will move end frame to be a little bit further back from the last keyframe. Enter 494. Don't forget to choose another folder to save our new combining animation. So it's finished. We can render out our new combining animation. Okay, let's dive into DaVinci Resolve to edit our render. Open a new project, go to Edit. First, we need to put our footage. Drag and drop to our timeline. Just choose Don't Change. I will delete unnecessary parts. We will select scattering animation starts from 137 to 332 and drag them into our timeline. Move to around here when the face touches our Jomon. Our Jomon timing is a bit slow. Right-click and change the clip speed to 320. Now the timing is about right. Next step is combining animation. Select the frame start from 303 to the last keyframe. Move to the end of the first animation. We also need to fill up the frames. Select one of the still frame and drag to here. Fill it here. Copy and paste here too. Lastly, we will change Jomon color to match with our footage. Select one of the timeline, go to color, make the S-curve. Right-click and hit Grab Still, and in the gallery you will find a still image. Select each frame, drag and drop our still image to make the same color of the other frames. You can also add some sound effects if you want. That's it. Our video is finished. Go to Deliver, choose location to save our video file. Change the format to MP4. We can leave the other settings just like that. Add to render queue and render all. Now, you just create your very first 3D visual effect shot and add a 3D model to real-life footage. I hope you can unleash your creativity after this tutorial. If you have any question, you can comment down below. See you next time!